Howdy everyone, Paul here with you today. Figured I'd bring you along on a vlog, just give y'all a little glimpse of what Paul deals on a daily basis. Everything sounds better than it seems. The grass is always greener on the other side, but some of you boys could relate. So here we go. More or less every morning I get up, I have a plan. I'm establishing, I cleaned the house about a year ago, whatever you want to say. Reset a lot of individuals, but they're not seasoned people. So what I'm trying to say is there's a bunch of little questions that arise, and that's mainly the reason why when I wake up in the morning, I have my plan. But throughout my day, a good percentage of my day gets all kinds of screwed up because of people not being seasoned. They are not bad people. They're not, careless people. They just haven't been there long enough, and little bits and pieces arise, and I keep a close eye on all three operations, and I get a pretty good idea what's going on. A lot of times they don't even know what really happened. I have to reach out and be like, yo guys, I believe this needs to be done another way, and this is why. And I make sure that they understand the actual fact of why. So once they understand why, it makes logical sense, and that's what I'm hoping for. Now, if it doesn't make any sense, being a dictator doesn't help. Micromanaging and forcing people to do stuff does not work. It comes down to, keeping a good eye on things, but give them their space. But also know your stuff. So, you know what leads to what. So you could work forward, you could work backwards. And what I mean by backwards is, you look at a situation in the equation as XYZ, and these are the results. Having the experience that I have a pretty good idea where it came from, so I could backtrack, work backwards. That's the phrase that I'm applying here. Or, working backwards, you explain it to your crew, or step by step forward, you explain it to your crew, and from your experience, you're gonna guesstimate the results. And with the experience or the years that you have, that's more or less how accurate your results are going to be. And that's why biggest key is experience. That's what I'm talking about, seasoned individuals. So Paul gets up in the morning, has his plan. Majority of the time it gets all kinds of messed up. Here, I'm gonna pull into this coffee shop, get me something to drink, and then I'll bring you along. For my local boys, there's a place, a little hut looking thing called Bigelow Gulp. Nice little joint. They make decent coffee, they make decent Italian soda. So Paul's battling right now. Does he get an Italian soda, or does he get himself a nice coffee? Italian soda consists of Red Bull. That's the big battle here. Anyways, boys, all right, boys, and then I pull up to the shop, right? I haven't even gotten out of my truck, but there's already, a driver came up to me, has something to talk about, and another individual wants to talk to me. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, my plans always change and my day changes. The only way I could have a set schedule is when I leave town. I leave town, boys, I'm out. I'll answer your questions over the phone, but I'm out. So that's more or less. So here we go. Well, the news of the day is, I'll show you. That forklift got a Cummins. Stickers, what the news of the day are. Hang tight. I think we got too many Cummins stickers around here. The guys are starting to slap them on the forklift. They just wish it was a Cummins, not a Toyota. Alright, so what am I dealing with? Well, we're dealing with a Red Bull, but anyways. Let's see how well we can get this whole vlog thing put together. Now when I showed up, I was not planning on this, but when I showed up, my boys are asking me 1,000 questions. Now, out of those 1,000, obviously, I'm being very dramatic here, but a few of the questions were, what are we going to do? We got a truck with a transmission full of shavings. By the way, guys, I might be making a video. A nice and full of shavings, thanks to the driver. Just freaking pathetic driver. He was like 32,000 pounds gross, averaging plus 70 plus, so most of the time he was doing 75, 77 miles an hour. So what that tells me is just keeping the hammer all the way down. And he gained 77 downhill. The truck's governed at 75 pedal and 70 cruise. When I asked the dude, what does it mean to you when a truck's programmed to only do 70 on cruise? Doesn't that tell you something that, hey, you should be cruising at 70, not 75? It's your recklessness, your carelessness, and your ignorance. I mean, I can't phrase it any other way. Position it, or format my speech any other way besides it's just carelessness, man. Keeping the hammer down for so long. And that Ison's really full of shavings. We're about to find out. What do you want me to do? Well, I told him I want him to do a full service, meaning drop in the filter and put a new fresh fluid in there. I'll take it for a test drive. Keep in mind the truck has 360,000. We've never had an issue with an Ison. This might be the first Ison we have an issue. But once we do a good service, meaning a full service, and I take it for a spin, which I have high hopes it'll be fine. I just feel like the filter's all clogged up of them material and the shavings. Just keeping my fingers crossed there. You know, I wasn't planning on that. I wasn't planning on thinking about replacing the Ison at 360. I mean, I got an Ison with 480. Might even be 490 now. Never had an issue. I have multiple customers with, 400,000. They don't have an issue. Anyways, next issue, one of my drivers wants to haul his own vehicle cross country. Like, what do you deal with that? How do you do it? The guy's a really good driver. Like, do you let him just haul his vehicle with another load? Do you just let him take a week off? You're full of options. So it's just little decisions to make every single day. And that's kind of stuff that throws anyone off. It'll throw anybody off. So, I told the dude, hey, let's get your partial. Let's throw your car on there. It's a win-win situation. You make a little money, I'll make a little money, and we keep rolling instead of you taking a week off. Like, you don't want to really take that week off and lose the money. Neither do I. So let's make it happen. Third thing, I get a phone call, literally. Hey, Paul, I was parked. They hit me. They want us to exchange insurance. The damage is really minor. I'm not getting a good feeling about it. Did I give them my insurance? I'm like, hey, there's no issue with insurance. Just get a police report. We've been down this road. People claim one thing and file for another, and there goes a lawsuit. Shoot, what was it? I just get bombarded. Like, this all happened in the last 20 minutes. What else? What the heck happened? There's something else I have to deal with. It's pretty nippy out here, and I'm drinking an ice cold Red Bull. It's probably not the best idea. Gotta get back in the building and warm up. But anyways, what else? Oh, one driver decides to switch trucks, and that's all good. That's all planned. What wasn't planned? He pulls everything out of his old truck, puts it in his new truck, including the jack and the tools. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, well, I drove that truck. I know this jack works. I'm like, bro, put all the stuff back in the truck. Like, what are you doing? It's just a bunch of stuff like that. If I wouldn't catch that, right? The next guy jumps in that pickup, needs to replace a spare or do something with the jack. He don't have one. It's just like a bunch of little things like that. You could never be 100, but you could do, you could always keep an eye out and put one and one together. What else? There's something else, something big. Oh, I'll be pulling in that semi. I made a video of a semi about a month or two ago on a Cummins blown. I think today's gonna be the day we're gonna pull it in and start opening up the engine. Hopefully, if the guys wrap up their must-dos for the day and get a little head start on that engine. Sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we'll go full throttle on that stuff. So, guys, that's my day. It's awesome. God is good, and Red Bulls are awesome. But just bring you along on a typical day, and stand by. Alrighty, boys. So here's the continuance of my day. I get the pleasure of test driving this bad boy. I installed the leveling kit. I wonder where that leveling kit came from, and see how it rubs and how bad it is. So I guess I could bring you along on that. I don't get to hang out with my wife. Back to lunch. I don't get to hang out with my wife very often, but I had the opportunity to do it today. That's neat. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Look at this brand new truck, 5500. what I want to see is how is she gonna clear? Ham on her. So we ended up installing the wheels for him and the lift. Oh, she gonna rub. Oh, that's barely. I'm gonna talk to the customer, see if he wants me to just, if I cut this off and just pull this back just a hair, I think he'll be fine, honestly. I don't know why. The right side touches a lot more than the, excuse me, the passenger side always touches more than the driver's side. Dude, I can never say this right. The passenger side tends to touch less all the time than the driver's side. See? But I thought I heard something. So I'm guessing when you have it trimmed all the way. Yeah, it's clipping just a hair. Same thing, I think if we trim this off on him, he will be golden. Give you a little sneak peek. So this is the truck that got the leveling kit and the shocks. On low speeds, it's really hard to tell which kit rides better, because these stock springs are really nice, man. But these are not the... See, it's hard to say, because I think somewhere in 2017, definitely by 18, they changed up the spring firmness. So they ended up giving you a softer spring in 18. You don't believe me? Drive in 18. You'll see for yourself. So I took a nice soft grate. I didn't grind anything. See, guys, talking about my day. I never planned to do this today, but I have the opportunity to. Now let's go slow. Yeah, it's touching just a hair, but it's almost to the full lock. So we know the right side touches a little bit. And now we will go to the left. Let's get off the main stretch here. So let's give it just a hair. Yep, same thing. I think if we trim on the left side, if we trim that plastic that I was showing you guys, and pull back the fender liner, we shall be Gucci. The right side, I don't think they even needs to get the fender liner pulled back. Just cut off that little plastic there on the corner and it'll be good. Alright, boys, I'm gonna go back and park this rig. Well, for starters, learn how to buckle up. But anyways, that's it. Hang tight. I'll just keep bringing you along on my day, so you guys get the full experience. It's you all get the full experience. We can get to wear my shoes and deal with all the nonsense, actually. But at least you get a glimpse of it. All right, stand by. All righty, fellas. I'm gonna wrap up my wonderful. Oh, that sounds good. Good old 12-hour. Actually, that might be a BT4, but definitely sounds like a Cummins. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up my video, my vlog. I know it isn't very professional or cinematic-y, but y'all know my videos are straightforward and they are what they are. So I don't know how well it's gonna work out, but as always, let me know in the comment section. Y'all have had a fine day, and Lord bless you.